Hello and welcome to the 10th episode. I'm Jimster Gaming, your host of the night. And this is the Europe huge map played on OpenTTD. So last time we left off with some unfinished business. So I'll just show what I've done. So first of all, we were transporting metal over to Ireland, or Northern Ireland. So it's picked up at Barrow in Furness, and the ships are still here. They haven't moved out yet, and it's just it has a couple of waypoints past the northern tip of the Isle of Man and gets over to Belfast. So there will be a large station area here, but that's not done yet. If I remember correct, there are issues with the local... No, not too bad actually. Because this place will more or less supply the entire island of Ireland when it comes to engineering supplies and farm supplies. So it's going to be a huge station area, and we'll sort it out somehow. And it's going to cost a lot of trees, because if I remember correct, there's a lot of trees around here. Let me see. Yeah, so there will be a lot of trees that needs to be chopped, and the local authority will not be happy with that, but we'll sort it out. So I've set that in motion. The other thing we were doing was that in Scotland, we were going to connect the Motherwell iron ore mine. That's also going to Barrow. The issue here was that to get this working, you need to fix everything, because again, you're going to kill 1 million trees, and that is just not very popular with the local authority. So I did it this way. It might be silly to go down to go up again, but I'll leave it at that for the moment anyway. We might redo that one. We have also put the Motherwell steel mill into action. There are no trains yet. That will be done this episode, but I put it in just to make it possible. So from here there will be 2 iron ore trains, and the line is double track to start with as a passing loop, just to avoid too much issues. Then it's a long single track, and then it's a passing loop again just before the coal mine that we connected last time in episode 9. Then it goes through Carlisle and continues through the Lake District and the hills and mountains around there. And it's again single track pieces, which we might need to redo, we'll see. And into Barrow, and this one on the right side, or the east side, is just the scrap metal coming in on this side. The reason being that scrap metal is needed once every month minimum, and to get a train coming up once every month is going to be a very small train. So therefore I've made it a little bit longer, and it's going to drop off at this station, and I have a tiny lorry that takes 10 units that's going to shift it down to the power plant. The scrap metal does give a small amount of metal, but it boosts the other ingredients. So if you add a tiny amount of scrap metal, you add like 25% or something to the overall output, which is huge, so that's really important. Anyway, so I put this buoy a little bit out from land, because otherwise they are just touch land on this side. I'm not sure that's a good idea. we will at some point also build a station down here. I doubt that we will ever have any shipping going in and out from Barrow, or sorry, passenger ships. The Isle of Man passengers will possibly end up at Holyhead, is my guess, and we'll have to take the train from there. Anyway, so that's where we are with that. I have also built the rest of Scotland, the rest of the Glasgow area. Reason being that everything is so interconnected here. I know that this one is going to be a mad place, and I might need to add some form of fix to it at some point in time, and fix in the sense that maybe add an extra track simply on the side, just to avoid the worst issues, because when I played this in the past on this map, this junction issue in the middle of Scotland is always a problem. It will be less of a problem this time because the trains are modern and fast, but it's still going to be a problem. So, and this one will then connect, of course, over to Edinburgh. We will build the Firth of Forth Bridge, and also the Firth of Tees Bridge over here, Dundee. And continue north in Scotland at some point in time. But right now, this is where we are. So I've added the Glasgow station. So I've added a 2-track station before I removed half a mountain to make room for 4 tracks, which is important. I decided not to meddle these in the same. I'm not sure if that was a good idea or not, but we'll see. And also built the starting of the Glasgow machine factory, that station. That one might or will maybe be expanded as well, because every single one of these stations, the machine shop stations, they handle 7 to 8 engineering supplies routes, and they handle between 12 and 14 farm supply routes. So that means there are on average roughly 20 different routes going out from a machine shop, plus the metal and the gasoline coming in. So it's going to be crowded, and this line will also be really crowded. And cause issues on this junction. So we'll see what we do with it. So Glasgow is going to supply Motherwell with the engineering supplies, but that one will actually be done by truck because it's so short distance. Or I'm not sure if we still have trams. Not sure. Do we have trams still that can transport cargo? Need to figure that out. It would be fun to have a cargo tram just to do something completely different, though. And it will probably end up having the pickup here if that is possible. I don't think anything from Glasgow is going out anywhere. It will probably supply this one. That might be doable by ship, though. We'll see. But in general, it will supply Scotland, I think. The one in Belfast, which is there, is supplying Ireland and I believe Iceland as well with farming supplies. So we are going to Iceland as well, of course, later on. Anyway, this one is called the Soloway Firth, I believe, and there used to be a Soloway bridge that went right over here, and it was not very high, and it was a thrust bridge, and there were no holes in it, so that meant that ships could no longer get into Carlisle Harbour. So Carlisle Harbour was basically closed after that bridge was built. It was most peculiar. Anyway, and we will of course build it. So moving on, the first thing we should do is to make sure that we have trains. We have there, and we have there, and we have there. So the three that are supplying Barrow are all built. I believe the train for this is built as well. Yes. And the ships are built. So everything is fine with that. I'm not going to do anything with the engineering supplies from Belfast right now. I believe 2 of them are going down here somewhere in Wales, but the other ones will stay in Ireland. So we'll build up Ireland as well. Good. So the next line of business, we have used up most of our money, and I had to borrow money even. So we've used like £1.5 million on the 1st of January on building. So the next thing on the list is to supply Glasgow, and the reason for that is that Glasgow is going to supply engineering supplies to all the 3 mines that is supplying Barrow with coal and iron. So that is the main stuff happening this episode. Yes. So that means we have to build a station up here. So we'll have one of the normal ones, and let's start there. 8. Oh, there was one. Good. Don't have any trains, I hope. And I have some issues with my keyboard. But if you beat it hard enough, it seems to be working. So Glasgow is GGW, and it's important to, for me anyway, to name these, because then I have some kind of idea what's being transported where. And I'm going to buy the locomotive and the wagons. So I have 6, that's great. I'm not sure. So this one produces 360 tons, so that's quite a lot. Especially when you quadruple it. So we'll actually have 2 trains on this one. And that's not needed right now. Let me see, the steel mill is over there. And go back. I will actually remove 1. 5 should be enough. Good. Coal it was. Because 275 is roughly what you get out in 1 month, because you usually get 80% best case. So that should be fine. And let's create a group for it. With space, and put this train in there, clone, and off they go. Perfect. Then I have built further on to Dundee. and we'll just do exactly the same thing there. .ir and create a train. This one is a longer line, so we'll put 6 on iron ore, and see, it produces only 171 though, but as I said, it's going to be boosted, so we'll just do it this way for now and bring it down to Motherwell and back. And group to create. And add the train to the group and clone it. And remember to keep control down, because that means it clones everything. Great stuff. And then we have another in Glasgow, which I believe is that one. Yes. So we are going to build something other line, probably. My guess is, because the station is here, there's only some sheep up there. So my guess is that we're going to bring it up this way through this valley to get up here, because we need to get down to Campbelltown, and we also need to connect north to Fort William. Should probably need to bring round there maybe, or through here, I'm not sure. So that will be a little bit of a struggle maybe. However, we are going to build this one to start with anyway. And even though it's just one line on this, I will still actually make a double track to start with. That one. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more, and close that one. Great. The issue here is that I'm not exactly sure where to put this station, because it needs to be a double one. I'd like to have it up here actually. Not sure how to get there following the rules that we have. So we can do this, I believe. Bring it up here. This one we can actually remove. Yeah, whatever. Do that and see if we can fix something up there. Like that. I do know that we are demolishing a little bit here, or terraforming, but it's just needed to make a flatland for a station. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can put one there anyway. Just need to. Oh, sorry. Just need to add one extra over there. Good. Move this one down, and we need to put on a depot. iron, and we have put signaling in. That's great. I'm not sure how much we have on that. 198, not that much actually, but it's further away from the steel mill. That was not the plan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 of those. Make sure it's iron. Send them to the waypoint, to the station, a full load, and go over to Motherwell Woods and back to the depot. Great, put it in the right folder. There we go. Let's see where we have it. It was there. And we will clone this one, send it off. Great. We still have 114,000 left. Not a lot of money, but we can live with that, I guess. So we'll do that. I'm going to put in a station, small station piece, just to see things, process products. There it is. Just to put this one here, and the reason for it is just to make it easier to see if there's a lot of stuff, because if I remember correct, this mineral receiving station doesn't actually show you anything that's waiting, so we'll do that. So we'll take metal from here. And yes, so we're going to build this one future-proof in the sense that we'll actually start already from the start with a double-headed one. And if I remember correctly, we could have 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was the maximum they could actually move around. Refit to purpose, and that's 660 tons, which is a huge amount this early in the game. But anyway, we'll see. And it's going over here. So we actually need a waypoint, as the rest of the station is short. Okay, great, done. So let's bring it in there and into the station, and then all the way back, which isn't that long, so it's not so much all the way. Done. And we are not going to duplicate this one because we have only 14,000 pounds left. Yeah, started. And let's get cracking. In the meantime, I'm going to put that one in a group. Just so we know where we are. Move the group up. We can also fix these. Perfect. So we have new trains coming in all over the place. Come on. One more. One more. One more. And a ship. Great. Good stuff. So let's speed this up. This one will not get anything in, of course. We're going to start pushing these out in a while, but we need to make sure that we actually have something close to getting there. Here we have 0% yet. This is the ship to Ireland. These are moving slowly. Something is at least happening. The first ship came into Kingston, so that's great. That's the scrap metal from Zwolle in the Netherlands. To build a bunch of stations in Glasgow, I'm going to build a few street connections there and here. Oops. Just so the city can grow if they want to. And the first delivery has happened. Look at that. And here we have deliveries down to Barrow. Even better. First things came in. Wow. And this was supposed, and it did load. Great. Yes, we are now at the end of February. And we already have a huge amount of money, so we'll just repay the loan again. Great stuff. So we'll quickly pause the game because I'm a little bit interested in if it is possible. Not sure where to put this one. I'll put it there, maybe. Put it there. New vehicles. So do we actually have, oh yes we do have cargo trams. Great. For engineering supplies, that was a major one. It takes 52 crates of engineering supplies. Not sure if I want to do that. It's way too much. I just want a small one. 17 is maybe a little bit small. 41 is too big. 31. So that means it needs to go 3 times in 3 months. Well, that's also 31, 26, 33, 10. 10 means it needs to go 9 times in 3 months. I think that wouldn't be too difficult. If we had one that could do 12, was perfect. Didn't have that. Okay. This one it was 10. Okay. Great. Bye. Just so I don't lose it. So we're going to do this, and we are going to do this to get on there, and add this one on this side. And those, and get under there. The reason for it is that it's much better not to cross the line if you can avoid it. So that's what we'll do here, and we'll bring it up and have station here, I think. Connecting to Tanner Road. That one up, that one there. Fix the terrain. And that one. Great stuff. Perfect. And this one will just make sure that it has engineering supplies and full load, and bring it up there. Good. And depot on the way back. Perfect. I'll put that one in a group later on as well. So we'll wait until this one comes in, because when that one comes in we could actually just send this one over. 15% is quite a little bit, but whatever. We'll just send this one over. So does it produce 21? Is the question. It filled it, and left we have 23. Look at that. So it got 30 in one go. That's perfect. Nothing happens here because it needs 21, right? But it will soon have. It's coming with number 20 now. So. Look at that little nice thing. How interesting. And it now comes with a full load again. And then this one should go up to from normal to double. Did, enhanced, doubled. Great. And now it will just wait here for the next delivery of steel. We need to make sure that the mines supplying Motherwell will be given as engineering supplies as well, because otherwise nothing will ever happen here, really, and that would be not so good. So that's a good start. These are going to run out of transport room, though, I can see. Do we have any others with a lot of stuff waiting? Yes, we do. Okay, that one will not worry about. Bristol Tanner Road just have a huge amount of scrap metal. That means we need to put in another truck. Oh no, they are directly after each other. I knew it was going to happen. It doesn't matter. We'll just clone these. Boom. And clone that one. And send them packing. Go. So that will at least help a little bit on that. So this was today's episode, and next time we are going to continue in Scotland to make sure that the Glasgow machine factory continues to produce engineering supplies, because Carlisle need it, Motherwell needs it, the other Carlisle mine needs it as well, plus the ones in Scotland. And it's really important to provide them, because that's going to boost production quite a lot. So that's really important. So I will set up a couple of those for next time, and then we'll build something completely different next time. So that was this episode, and thank you so much for watching.